And it is official, we now have the price, the pre-order date, and some performance information from ASUS about the ASUS Xbox Ally and Xbox Ally X. ASUS have put out their official press release. I'm here to tell you all about it, and to help you get more excited about it, to let you in on it, pre-order dates are right now. So apparently you can just go and pre-order it right now. Pre-order places it's available is most of Europe, UK and USA. So if you're lucky like me, you can just go out and pre-order it right now. There are some places where pre-orders are still unavailable, Brazil and China being amongst those. But for most territories, most people that watch these videos, you can pre-order it as of today, ahead of the October 16th launch. Performance information, which is actually quite interesting. I want to touch on it a little bit. I'm not going to go too deep on it, but it's part of this big press release that ASUS have done, so it's worth mentioning it. It really just adds to the picture that the Z2E generation of processors really are here just to add to the efficiency that we get when running in those kind of lower wattage modes, but also we do get a bump of high-end performance and battery efficiency too. I'm going to read you a little bit about what they say. During the testing phase on the pre-release hardware, the ROG Xbox Ally X delivered up to 30% performance increase in Indiana Jones and the Great Circle and Doom the Dark Ages compared to the previous generation of the ROG Ally X, when they've compared it to the original Xbox Ally X running at 1080p plugged in at turbo mode. So it's important to know the caveats about what they're talking about there. ASUS has gone to say that the battery endurance of the ROG Xbox Ally X gives up to twice the battery life when playing Hollow Knight Silksong. Now that battery comparison again was the Xbox Ally X versus the Ally X, but they were running at 60 FPS frame limit in 1080p with graphics set to low. Again, that's pointing out to that better efficiency that we get from the Z2 generation of processors. Again, their tests carry on and they go on to say that as for the ROG Xbox Ally, the budget version here, performance is boosted up to 20% in Forza Horizon 5 and Gears of War Reloaded, and it has up to 110% more battery life versus the ROG Ally X. The performance information they're looking at here is a comparison between the Xbox Ally and the ROG Ally Z1, the non-E variant. Tested both games plugged in at a 60 FPS cap with settings set to performance. The press release does go on to talk about future features that are coming, specifically the AI variant with the Z2E AI processor. They're talking about features that are going to come with that might help with performance and things that they could do with that. They also talk about it, both versions being able to take advantage of things like AFMF, RSR and FSR as well for boosting the performance, for more frame generation and the things like that. But I will say, when they're talking about the future features, don't pre-order or order at all based on future promises. We all say this about technology, don't base on promises, because sometimes they don't come to fruition. But I will say, for the fact that ASUS have decided to go with the AI variant of the Z2E, the only manufacturer doing this in this generation, there has to be a reason for it, and they're obviously going to take advantage of it. I'm excited to see if they take advantage of it with some real performance boosts that we can get from it. But we also have the price, the big thing. Obviously, this is launching October 16th, and all of these prices are the estimated retail price, the price that ASUS are suggesting that this will go out for. In the UK, the ROG Xbox Ally will be available for £499. I think that's a really smart price point. I'll go on to in a little bit later why. In the US, this is sitting at $599. Again, I'll talk about that in a second, because I think there's going to be a little bit of a divide with both of these. The big one, the one we're all most excited for here, and when we put our super geek hats on, the Xbox Ally X variant in the UK will sit at $799. Yes, £799 or £800 basically. In America, this is sitting at $999. A bit of a divide there. Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how that plays out. I'm just going to focus on the UK for now because, I'm selfish and I only care about myself. In the UK, that's genuinely very exciting pricing. The Xbox Ally X variant, sitting at exactly the same price as the Ally X is right now, is incredibly smart. In fact, it's a genuine surprise. I would say, if I was going to do some clickbait for this, that the pricing surprised me. But, we get enough flack for clickbait here, or as it is. That makes it, at $799 in the UK, the best value offering for the Z2E generation of handhelds. It makes it, in my opinion at least, the best value offering for the best performance PC handheld that you can get right now. I know there are some others that are out there in the kind of AO Neo lands and stuff, but I'm looking at the mainstream, the kind of big three, as it were. This is giving you the best performance for pound. That's pretty incredible. It obviously skews a little bit when we're looking at American pricing. I'm unsure of how the US audience are going to react to this. I'd love to know. Actually, you could probably let me know in the comments, but I'm going to wait for their feedback and to see how it's being received before I kind of pass judgment on that, because I don't know if $1,000 is good value or not. We'll see, but at least in the UK, selfishly, that's epic pricing. Now, looking at the cheaper version, the Xbox Ally, sitting at that under £500 threshold, that is really, really smart play from them, because there is a kind of cap there of £500, and you get above that, it starts feeling like it's a very, very expensive thing. When you're thinking about Little Billy and Little Billy's mum for Christmas presents, it's still within the realms of what people do spend for big Christmas presents. It's in the same ballpark as consoles. It is also just £20 more than a Steam Deck. When you consider how outdated the hardware is in a Steam Deck now, and we consider what you're getting in the Xbox Ally for £500, that's a very, very enticing offer. I think a lot of people are going to have their heads turned by this, because it's suddenly a budget offering that offers very, very reasonable performance. That's very exciting. Again, when I put my American hat on and look at that $599, $600, I don't know how that's going to be received. Again, I'm going to wait for some feedback from the American audience and see how that's been swallowed over there. Is that a compelling offer for Americans? I'm not sure. The other thing that's going to be really enticing for this, just for the consumer market in general, especially with that £500 price point in the UK, is distribution's going to sell this thing, isn't it? It's going to be available in every high street electronics retailer, every game shop that exists. This is truly a mainstream device with an Xbox logo on it. You know that's going to shift some units. We're seeing PC handheld gaming become mainstream with this device. A mainstream price point, yes, for us super nerds, the performance is hamstrung, but for most people, for Little Billy and Little Billy's mum, just want to play some Game Pass games, that's an incredible offering. £500 for the Xbox Ally. I'm really excited for this. And specifically, I'm excited for the Xbox Ally X at $799. The same price as the Ally X. That's madness to it. How this all sits across the different territories in the world. Of course, there's some places it's not available yet. Most of Europe, it will be pre-ordered today. America as well. You do have some discrepancies. Switzerland, you can only get the Xbox Ally. The same in New Zealand right now. Whether that changes or not, we'll see. There's obviously some discrepancies with how things are distributed. But how this sits with different people, obviously there's different things affecting different territories. When you look at America, there's some very different things affecting prices there. Let me know where you are and how this pricing sits with you. Does this pricing change your mind about which PC handheld you're going to get this generation, or at all? Has the budget offering actually turned your head enough to go, do you know what, I think that's a really compelling offering? If you're a Steam Deck user, is this a viable upgrade or replacement to your Steam Deck? The price point is so enticing at that cheaper one. Or if you're looking for the bleeding edge of performance, it's hard to ignore $799 as a price point. Pre-orders are available today. Let's go. This is exciting. Make sure you join in the conversation in the comments down below. Like this video, subscribe for more handheld gaming content, and I will see you probably with Andy in the next one.